When you were sent the play, Left on 10th, were you immediately smitten and said, that's it, I'm doing it? Or did you have to think about it?
I was immediately smitten.
I was smitten too.
Yes.
Left on 10th is based on the life of author Delia Ephron. It's about life-changing curveballs she didn't see coming, the loss of a spouse, a dire medical diagnosis, and a twist of fate that gave her a second chance at love. It's a very personal story of yours. What made you want to bring this story to the stage?
I was writing my memoir about this incredibly, insanely complicated and dramatic time in my life. It had loss and love again, and I had never written a kind of full-blown play like that, and I always like to try something new.
Ephron is perhaps best known for another romantic comedy from 1998.
You've Got Mail.
Set in New York City, You've Got Mail starred Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan. Ephron's play, Left on 10th, is yet another love letter to the Big Apple.
I live on 10th Street in Greenwich Village, and Left on 10th is my way home. When my life took so many left turns, that title had more meaning to me. I love New York. I love the chaos on the streets. I love the excitement of it.
Is there a moment in the play that you look forward to every night when you're watching it?
Yeah, I think it's the moment that Peter Gallagher walks onto the stage and Julianna and he start to connect, and it just reminds me of that moment in my own life of falling in love. We use the word beshert in the play. Beshert is a Yiddish word which means fate, a comfort you've been waiting for your whole life.
Left on 10th makes the leap from page to stage with the help of Julianna Margulies of TV's ER and The Good Wife, and Broadway leading man Peter Gallagher, who many know from the hit TV series The O.C.
I personally found Delia's memoir, which I had read right when it came out, so incredibly powerful, and I was so impressed at how raw and vulnerable she was.
We're telling a story that is particularly relevant to people our age. There's not always a lot of energy put into telling stories for people our age. And when you do, it reveals just how universal it is, giving the audience reason to believe in love, reason to believe in goodness, reason to believe, you know, that good things can happen. It's probably one of the best roles I've ever been asked to play.
Margulies embodies Ephron in the show, and Gallagher plays her second husband. The two are brought together under unusual circumstances. The chemistry that the two of you have on stage is so special. It feels so real. I mean, there is a bond here.
We both feel so grateful to tell the story, but then we just have so much fun up there together. There's an ease and a respect and just a gentleness. I had a very funny moment with Delia. We were driving home after rehearsal one day, and she said, I have to ask, is it weird for you now to go home to your husband and Peter's going home to his wife? It was such a legitimate question, and I realized, coming from where she's sitting, of course, but Peter and I were both in very good marriages.
We have these lives that we're also eager to get back to, and it also makes it easier for us.
Now, my husband couldn't have been happier when I came home after the first day of rehearsal and I said, he's a dream. And my husband went, thank God. Most men would be like, wait, why? My husband just said, thank God.
Yeah, my wife was the same way. I said, honey, I just can't believe how lucky I am.
I know.
I love that.
The show is directed by 5-time Tony Award winner Susan Stroman and produced by the prolific Darryl Roth.
They're both so in tune with the story and so in tune with each other. Susan Stroman has directed the show with such compassion, with such empathy, and with such a loving hand that we see it in these performances. We see it with every word, we see it with every move. There's joy and
There's dancing.
well, that's Susan Stroman. It's true, it's not a musical, but the brilliance of Stro is that she brought in a beautiful underscore of songs and a little soft shoe here and there.
It's no secret that The Golden Bachelor and The Golden Bachelorette are very popular shows on television right now.
Kathy, will you accept this rose?
Absolutely.
And this is very much of that in terms of, you know, an older couple finding each other later in life.
You're right that it's in the zeitgeist. It's so interesting So many people are living longer, are healthy enough, are feeling, life could be an adventure. I think Delia's play really shows people that love can be so beautiful and so meaningful at any age.
Although you wouldn't think it possible to upstage Margulies and Gallagher, there are two co-stars who almost come close.
We have Nessa, who plays the role of Honey. She's a Cairn Terrier who has a long resume of playing Toto in The Wizard of Oz, and our brand new rescue dog, Charlie, who plays the role of Charlie in the play.
I met up with Bill Berloni, head animal trainer for Left on 10th, who has 27 Broadway shows under his belt, having been in the entertainment business for almost 5 decades.
Julianna and Peter interact with both dogs in this show. What is that training like for the artists and the animals?
Animals don't act, and so they really have to like you. So it's getting the actors to become familiar with the dogs and letting them know they're going to be protected, whether it's training them or just the way you hold them. If you don't hold them right, they're not going to feel safe. So it's more about bonding and helping them feel safe on stage.
How do you prep them before a performance?
Well, number one prep, go for a nice long walk and make sure everybody goes to the bathroom.
Okay.
They've become our family.
And Charlie with his underbite.
They just make us laugh.
He actually put his tongue in my mouth yesterday.
He did.
I was like, Charlie, that's too much.
But yeah, they're a part of the family.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. For more stories in your communities, click the subscribe button right here. You can also download our app or watch us on TV for the latest news and weather updates every 10 minutes and more. We'll see you then.